I'm Cecilia, I live in Zurich and I love train travel, and I'm trying to visit all 1,720 public transport train stations in Switzerland. Just before Christmas I was in Amsterdam only overnight, and then I took the train to Berlin in the morning and then had a lovely afternoon and evening in Berlin exploring lots of Christmas markets. Good morning from my tiny hotel room in Amsterdam. I'm about to pack up the last bits that I haven't packed already and head to the train station, which is thankfully only like 5 minutes away. I thought for a second that it had been cancelled, but it's just not going to be in Spandau. Okay, and it's going by Osnabrück and Hannover. 8B, right. Oh, different platform, 15B. So platform 15 says to go to platform 8, and platform 8 says to go to platform 15. So I'm not sure. Okay, now it says the correct train on platform 8. I'm not sure why it said platform 15 before, so I walked over to 15 and that didn't say the correct train. So hopefully it's it. There we go. I must have misread the sign or something. Look at that sky. It's beautiful. Okay, getting on here. I'm on the ET that I'm supposed to be on, so that's good. And it's a direct train to Berlin, which is lovely, but it does mean that from Amsterdam Central it's going to take 5 hours and 42 minutes to Berlin Hauptbahnhof, so the main station in Berlin, which is a while. But hey, like there should be some nice views. The reason why I thought it was fun that it goes through Osnabrück and Hannover is because I lived near both of those places when I was little, so should be nice to, you know, go through some not really familiar but like vaguely familiar landscapes, and hopefully there'll be some light soon. I mean, obviously like the sun is literally rising at the moment, but northern Germany is so cloudy all the time, so we'll see what the weather's like. But yeah, nearly 6 hours until I'm in Berlin. When I was little, we lived somewhere near here for 7 years, and it was a very flat area with a Catholic church spire not unlike that one, and I do not miss the weather. Very Christmassy. Ooh, and you can see through lots of floors. Okay, this is really fun because up behind me, that's where I just arrived on one of those platforms. Then this, I think, is like shops and interchange and stuff. And then one floor down is the exit. And then another 2 floors down, there are a bunch more platforms. It's great fun. And as I said, very Christmassy, like very, like it's not a proper tree or anything like that, but there are lots of lights, and that's the main thing. It is so grey, like absurdly grey, but that's okay. Can't really expect anything different from, like, that's the Germany that I know anyway, like loads and loads of clouds, just overcast permanently. But yeah, I can see a Swiss flag and a German one. The German one makes sense. Pretty sure that's on part of the Reichstag. I can see the Reichstag, like just a tiny bit of it. Don't know why the Swiss flag is there, presumably an embassy. And I can see that weird sideways roof that I think it's called the Sony Center. I've been there before. It's good, like, I do remember some of this stuff, so I won't be completely clueless, I hope. Step 1 is to get rid of my luggage, so I am going to head to the hotel that I've booked for tonight and then head back out pretty much straight away, because I've got like under 2 hours, or just about 2 hours of daylight, if you can call it that. But yeah, should be good. The train journey was overall really good, but there were 2 absolute idiots sitting across from me who were like a young couple, I don't know, maybe like 20, 21. And they like just clearly had absolutely no problem being very affectionate on a train, like a meter away from me. And like to the extent where it was awkward for me, but it was even getting awkward for the people across, like on the other side of the aisle. And like it was absurd. And the guy kept like just kicking part of the chair next to me, which he's not 3, so that was weird. Anyway, other than that, the journey was fine. And yeah, as I said, off to the hotel for now. I checked, it is the Swiss Embassy. Oh, and a Deutsche Bahn building. And everyone is ruining my mood by smoking, but I can already see my hotel. I could already check in. Oh, they're owned by the same people as Steigenberger. Well, it's basic, but it'll do. I think that's the Steigenberger, so that's the fancy hotel. The safe is big enough for my laptop. Yay! Stupid things that make me happy. Found my gloves in my luggage, so I'm ready to go. Another hotel with great views from the corridor. Heading back to the main train station, which is literally like a 2-minute walk away from the hotel. And I'm going to take the underground, which in Berlin, as far as I remember, is really cute. So that should be good. Basically, the aim today is to go to 3 different Christmas markets. I've never been in Berlin around Christmas, so I thought, why not? First one I'm going to is at Schloss Charlottenburg. Is that right? Yeah, Schloss Charlottenburg. So that's the first one. And then I would also like to go to 2 other ones. One is, I need to work out the correct order for these for later actually. Okay, yeah, so Schloss Charlottenburg first, and then Potsdamer Platz, and then KaDeWe, which is Kaufhaus des Westens. I really like the KaDeWe. I've only been there once, I think, but I really liked it. It's just quite an old-fashioned department store, but I like them anyway, and I especially like department stores at Christmas. And they have like a nice food hall, not food hall actually. It's more of a like restaurant, casual restaurant on the top floor, and I really liked it. When my sister and I went, actually it was a recommendation from a friend of ours. I can't believe how unbelievably like misty it is. It's hard to see anything more than a couple hundred meters away, so it's a bit ridiculous, but hey, it's all right. Going to Christmas markets, they'll hopefully have like Kinderpunsch, so like the hot apple juice, so crossing my fingers for that. It really is ridiculous. I can see one set of buildings clearly, and then the next layer is already kind of like half gone. I need to go and buy a 24-hour ticket. I don't really want to download the app, so I think they've got ticket machines. I wish everywhere just did tap to pay, but they don't. I thought it was underground and then bus, but it's S-Bahn and then bus, but I'll take an underground train later. The S-Bahn is cute too.
Nächste Station, belated. Zoologischer Garten. Übergang zu den U-Bahn-Linien 2, 9 und zum Regionalverkehr.
Well, I just got off the bus there, and there's the Christmas market and the castle. So good. I've never been here before, so this castle is entirely new to me. You can visit it apparently, but not right now. I think I would in theory be able to tomorrow morning, but I leave in the early afternoon, so probably not the ideal plan. But yeah, gonna go have a look at this Christmas market. Definitely would like something warm to drink, and it looks so cool. There are these like symmetrical buildings here just across the road from the castle that look really pretty as well, and I mean they've put a lot of lights up. It looks very cute. Looking forward to this one. Kann ich einen Kinderpunsch bekommen, bitte? Danke. It's alcohol free, but it smells a bit like wine. I don't like wine. It's okay. I don't love it. I really don't like it, but it's warm, so I've basically got a hand warmer. You have to return it where you bought it. Way to make things overly complicated, guys. Forgot to bring cash. The one thing that really stood out was there's a marroni stall and it says Italian marroni, and that would be nice, the chestnuts, but it's cash only, and quite honestly I just never remember to bring cash because thankfully I mostly live in places where I don't need cash. And there are cash machines over there, but they would charge like nearly €5 just to get cash. So I'm not doing that. And I have like seen the whole Christmas market now. The projections on the castle are really cute as well. And I think I'm going to move on soon, but this has been lovely. I think the bus stop is just over there temporarily. We'll find out. Just gonna wait for the bus now. I was just going to go to the KaDeWe, but actually I would have to change buses anyway, so I'm going to go back to Zoologischer Garten, where I started on the bus earlier, and then I'm going to walk from there to the KaDeWe, because that means I go via another Christmas market next to the Gedächtniskirche, I think it's called. Is it Gedächtnis? I need to check the name. That was actually correct. It's the Kaiser Wilhelm Gedächtniskirche. So it's basically this pretty destroyed church that they decided not to either tear down or to rebuild. So it just looks like it did after having been bombed. But there's a Christmas market next to it at the moment. So yeah, I'll just head over there. That's the one that I saw earlier while I was walking to the bus stop. And yeah, like the KaDeWe is not too far from there apparently. Heading to those two Christmas markets now. It's not supposed to rain, like the forecast says no rain, but either it is raining slightly or the cloud is so dense, like the mist is so dense that it feels like rain. So, oh well. Leaving for a minute to go to a cash machine. What the hell, Commerzbank? It said my card can't be used there. It's like, what? It's a TransferWise card. It has always worked so far. Anywhere I've used it in the world, pretty much. Interesting. Let's see if it works at the Sparkasse. Okay. That worked fine. For heaven's sake. Like, they don't take cash at the Christmas markets at most places. And then the cash machine won't work. What on earth? Back to the Christmas market. Great view of the church here. Postcards acquired. See, I had to get the hot chocolate because it's in a penguin mug. Or like one of two cute mugs. But how fun is that? So good. And it's pretty good. Brief serious interlude to acknowledge that I'm very lucky to be visiting this now when there are barriers to keep everyone safe, but obviously that's not to be taken for granted. But thankfully I got to have a very carefree visit, so back to that now. So happy with this. This looks great. It's basically mushrooms and some tomatoes, fresh tomatoes, and I love fresh tomatoes. I don't really like cooked tomatoes. With some bread and some sour cream, and there's some parsley, etc. in there as well. Looks so nice. The mushrooms were pretty good, and it was nice to have something I think technically they're not vegetables, are they? But like in the same category of food, I suppose. Oh, nearly being run over by a delivery cyclist. And I'm going to head to the KaDeWe now. It should still be open until 9 p.m. That's the department store. And there I have been before, but it was, I don't know when it was in terms of when in the year, but certainly not during Christmas time. The walk to the KaDeWe department store is really short, but on the way I walked past a Uniqlo, so I went to have a look inside. There we go, that's the KaDeWe. Carl Falster's Westens. I think it's such a cool name. It's so retro. I've been meaning to get these because mine broke a long time ago. I really wanted the bag, but I don't need the bag. But I have my pencil. Getting some stocking fillers. Now I do have a little bag because I didn't actually bring my shopping bag. Very pleased with this though. I was looking for stocking fillers and I just didn't think I'd find any today, so that's why I didn't bring the bag. Those look crazy. I wanted to buy one of these, but apparently no one wants to sell me one, so off I go. This top floor is what I remember visiting with my sister years ago, and it's still a really cool space, but the atmosphere just wasn't really there, but perhaps that was the time of day or something like that. I did really like the food areas on the floor just below this one, so I'd definitely go to those, but not sure about this top floor. I'd have another look at another time, I suppose. And then I decided it was time to go. I definitely stayed there a lot longer than I meant to. The little praline thing was annoying, to be honest. I always find it irritating if there's no clear way to queue and then there's no clear reason why people who work there are standing around or randomly helping other people but not you. But oh well. Apart from that, very, very nice, and everyone else was lovely as well. So I've done a little bit of Christmas shopping now. How convenient. I really wasn't expecting to today at all. So that's very nice, because usually stocking fillers are a sort of last minute panic situation in Vienna. So that'll be good not to have to deal with that on the 24th. And there is a little Christmas market here. It's not very big, but I am going to just walk through it as well, and then I'm going to head over to Potsdamer Platz, and then I think that's probably going to be my last Christmas market of the year. And I mean, based on my current editing progress, you won't see all of the ones, or if you're watching this, you won't have seen all of the ones that I've been to. I've been to a lot though. I think I might do a count regardless of whether I manage to edit all of them or not. But I've gone a bit too far. But yeah, like it's been really fun. There have been lots and lots and lots across a few countries. So it's been nice. But yeah, I think just little loop around this one, which I don't think is big at all. And then off to Potsdamer Platz, as I said, on the underground. You have to press the buttons here. They don't open the doors automatically like in London. Look how windy that tunnel is. That's crazy. Final Christmas market. Doesn't look to be very big either, which is honestly probably a good thing, because I am getting a little tired. But I did want to come here again this time because I was staying close to here. I spent a fair bit of time in this bit of Berlin previously, so I thought it would be fun to come here again. And it does look very nice and cheery. There are little houses that are like Glühwein places usually, so it looks cute. Like this spelling. What is going on there? I think that's the last Christmas market of the year done for me. I'm gonna take the underground now, somewhere that I've forgotten the name of, where there is still an open pharmacy, because my parents want something from a German pharmacy. And then after that I'm just gonna head back to the main station and to the hotel. Just got out of the station and look at that. There's the TV tower. Look at that. And I have made my purchases. This little bag is working quite hard now. To be honest, I don't know Berlin well enough to know whether this was going to be a nice area or a dodgy area, but there's a Fotografiska museum, I suppose, gallery kind of thing here. and the one in New York closed, so I never got to go to that one, and I haven't been to one yet. So that's actually been on my list for a little while. So I'm now kind of thinking whether maybe I try and do that tomorrow morning before I leave. Not sure, but something to think about. I'm now at the tram stop, and there's kind of a cool view of the TV tower. It's definitely not all visible because it's so foggy. But yeah, should just be one tram to the main station, and then I'll be near my hotel again.
Hauptbahnhof, Naturkundemuseum. Exit on the street.
At the hotel now. I'll see if I can get some hot water to make tea with. Fortunately, because it's not proper tea, it doesn't really matter if it's like properly hot water either. So my dad would be absolutely horrified, but I might just see if the tap water is hot enough. It's like fruit tea, so don't worry, I'm not like committing any crimes against proper tea. I'm glad I'm somewhere warm though. It's like the department store is obviously very nice and cozy, but it has been a little bit of a chilly day. Things are charging and mostly ready for tomorrow, and I'm just going to finish my tea and then that'll be it for today. I still haven't quite decided on the plan for tomorrow morning, so that's what I'm trying to do at the moment, and I will see you next time. Bye!